Everybody ready?
Yeah, Dad.
Let's go.
Step into the future of driving in the all-electric, spacious Hyundai Ioniq 9. The future is today. The future is Hyundai.
Good evening, and you're very welcome to McNeville Park for this evening's Premier Under-20 Hurling Championship semi-final. It is a meeting of two familiar clubs and two familiar rivals in the form of Doon and Piarsaigh. My own name is Tom Clancy. I'll be guiding you through this one in what is a bitterly cold evening here in West Limerick, but hopefully we have some red hot hurling here for you. We'll take a look at the teams, and we will start with Doon, who are of course in their familiar red and white colours. And Doon will start with Kieran Hines in goals. The full back line sees two Seans, Sean Ryan and Sean O'Blackmore, and number 4 is Fionn Roach. At half back is Emmett Roach, and he's joined by Aidan O'Connell and Sean MacDonald. At midfield you see Sean Hanley and Eamon Richardson. The half forward line is potent looking, that's with the Coughlin brothers Dara and Donal, while John Stokes wears number 12. The inside line of Dennis Blackmore, Tom Ryan and Shane O'Grady complete the East Limerick challenge. And we'll take a look at the men from the city, of course, the Cardavan side and the Piarsaigh, who are lining up for this one, having come through their group with 2 wins and a defeat, and they line up with Dara Jordan in goals, and they have a full back line of Mike Duggan, John O'Keefe and Harry McGann. The half back line of Tyg Milan, James Finn and Adam Fitzsimons. At midfield, Ronan Benson is partnered by David O'Keefe, and the half forward line will be Owen Brosnan, Paul McDonough and Sam Jordan. The inside line is potent looking with Alex Kearns, Josh Sheehan and Mark Hogan. Delighted to say that Offaly under-20 Bosch and indeed former Limerick hurler Leo O'Connor joins me for this one. Leo, we have a bit of shelter in here, but it's a bitterly cold evening here in McNeville.
God, it is a bitter cold down by Pittside. And both teams, as you can see, there's doing an intense warm-up as they possibly can.
Get that blood flowing.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say there'll be a few heat patches used in the hands tonight during the game, throwing them onto the field and getting the lads' fingers as hot as they can. Be cold night now to be getting a belt in the finger. But look, it is what it is, and both teams, I've no doubt, will go for it. I've seen Doon already only last week. I saw Doon play Monaleen last week, and typical like every other Doon team, and we saw these two teams, Tom, in the county senior hurling final as well, like they stick in there as long as they can, and the longer this game goes on, same way last week against Monaleen, Doon came back into it having been 9 or 10 points down at half time, and it's certainly something that they don't throw in the towel. Any Doon team doesn't, and look, they perform to the best of their ability. And let's see, like some of these in the Piarsaigh boys will have played Arctic Cup in the recent weeks, so from that point of view, it's going to be an interesting one. The team that has the most hurling done, let's see what happens.
Yeah, a reminder, this is the first of 2 under-20 semi-finals we'll bring you this week. Tomorrow we'll be at the Gaelic Grounds, where there's an 8 p.m. start between Mungret St. Paul's and Monaleen. So 3 of the 4 semi-finalists are from the city, but it's Doon from the east looking to upset, I suppose, that bit of a cosy cartel. Leo, this competition has been, I suppose, I wouldn't say disrupted, but it's been fragmented. It started in September. We've had 1 game in September, kind of 1 in October. Kind of hard enough for momentum. But as you said, a lot of these lads are hurling. Some of them are probably playing fresher. Some of them involved in different schools teams. So it's not like these guys are coming in completely cold either. They've had plenty exposure to the game at various levels, between junior even for some of the Doon lads, and even senior for some of the Piarsaigh lads as well.
Absolutely, but more importantly, Tom, they're all getting a lot of hurling, because a lot of these young lads could be playing freshers hurling with colleges as well. You know, they're all probably spread out all over the country at this stage. But yeah, it's something that, like I remember, Gabby with the day when I was playing under 21 with Clohan, we won a county under 21 hurling final Christmas week, I think around the 18th or 19th of December.
So it was a good Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what I mean. So like, it's hurling, and it's you know, you like, we all live for it. And like, all these young fellas will enjoy it, and that's the most important thing.
Absolutely, yeah. The referee for this one is Johnny Murphy, a very experienced official, as we know, and he's just making his way towards the middle of the field there before the captain's toss for this one. It is a dry evening, as we've touched on. It is very, very cold, but thankfully a dry evening in store here in West Limerick for this one. The sides were, I think, hoping to toss for venue, but unfortunately the grounds in the Piarsaigh, I think, became unplayable, so eventually a compromise was sought with a trip to Mick Neville Park for this one. And heading in as captain there is Sean O'Blackmore, a man who played senior in recent years, and he's up against James Finn for the toss. James Finn is, of course, the man we saw at midfield sporadically, I suppose, through the senior championship as well. So those two men are bringing plenty of experience to their sides.
Absolutely, as I said, like, when you look down through the teams, like young Eamon Richardson as well in the middle of the field for Doon. He was captain of the Doon team that won the County Minor Hurling Championship this year. Dara Coughlin, as we all know, Donald Coughlin, all wore the Limerick jersey in the recent past at under 20 level and minor level with Limerick. So you know, and even Aidan O'Connell at centre back. Aidan was full back and centre back with Limerick under 20 hurling team this year. And you look down within the Piarsaigh team, John O'Keefe there, James Finn, all lads with plenty of experience, and no doubt about it. In the half forward line, Owen Brosnan only played Harty Cup last week. Alex Kearns inside the corner. Josh Sheehan, a county minor for the last number of years. So like, there's plenty of experience all over the place, and I think that this is going to be a lively game. And you know, it's a night where the team that really sticks in there, dogs it out and gets over the line here, is that's the one that's going to be the most important thing.
Yeah, it's been free scoring at times so far from Doon in particular. Scored 7-22, would you believe, against Maru Boher on the 2nd of November, but followed that up then with a narrow loss by 4 points to Monaleen. But they had 2 wins. They won in round 1 back in October. For them it was a late start to the championship, but in round 1 they defeated Ahan by 4 points. So 2 wins and a defeat, and it's the same record for Piarsaigh, who lost in round 1 to Mungret St. Paul's on the road, and then had a home victory again by 5 points over Bruff. And unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you look at it, they received a walkover from Kildown-Pallaskenry a couple of weeks ago, in fact only last week, in the final group game for this one. So they're ready to roll, and it looks like the Piarsaigh will be shooting from left to right. Johnny Murphy just letting everyone exit stage left, everyone that's to be coming off the pitch for this one anyway. And we shall get this one started momentarily. Big squads here for both sides. Doon players braving the elements on the far side, and the Piarsaigh with a bit of shelter here beneath us in the stand. But it will be all systems go here in Mick Neville Park in a moment or two. And Johnny Murphy waiting for the most important thing of the game. Leo, a sliotar wouldn't go amiss on an evening like this. So we are underway in this county semi-final. It is, of course, under 20 level here in Mick Neville Park, and immediately Doon into possession in the form of Eamon Richardson, the number 9, but he coughs up possession. Getting onto it is Josh Sheehan for the Piarsaigh, and they can get their first clean possession, sweeping the ball inside, looking for their inside line. Plenty of positional changes, as we can see already, but Doon get onto the break here in the form of John Stokes. Switches it across to Aidan O'Connell, as Leo said, an under 20 in this past season, so has really shown he's worked it into county level. Ball breaks inside, there's an opening chance for goal. Referee has the arm outstretched for the advantage. Is that inside or is it outside? I think it's just going to be outside. I'd say
the original foul happened just outside the big square, Tom. Outside it.
It was the fullback, John O'Keefe, who I suppose unceremoniously dumped his man to the ground, illegally so as well. And it gives an ideal opportunity for the familiar man, that is Donald Coughlin, who's on the free taking duties this evening, to open his tally. And indeed, Doon's tally.
He went
for it, and it was repelled and saved, and comes back
wide
to the number 13, Dennis Blackmore. Well, he went for the jugular. I was nearly chalking down a routine point here for Coughlin, but unfortunately for him, it's saved. So interesting dynamic there in the opening minute.
Yeah, going for the juggler straight away. Trying to catch him off guard, but that Piarsaigh backline there, great save by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, the goalkeeper there, Dara Jordan. So a let off for them, a wide eventually hit, and back down the other end we go. And it's the number 12, that's John Stokes, younger brother of Eddie, moves it on towards the number 11, Donald Coughlin. We saw him being man of the match in a senior semi-final as well. He does well. He's free one, has he? Johnny Murphy decides there's no advantage coming, and Coughlin, who, as we know, a little bit of experience at intercounty level with Limerick at senior level, showing his value, I suppose, in the ruck ball there, gets his free, and they'll want to have a go from here. But while there's no wind here, Leo, given the I suppose the coldness and everything, this is a testing one for any free taker to start off.
It is. Well, he had an easier one to get him off the mark.
It's actually Eamon Richards is going for this one.
Eamon Richards is coming back for this one. But certainly he's a long way from goal on a night like tonight. He'll be some accomplishment if this one goes over the bar.
He just hopes the blood is flowing well through the hands. He lifts and strikes. It's going well to the right though, and it beats everyone and goes out for a wide on the right hand side.
Second wide, and the game was only 3.5 minutes on.
Yeah, or 2.5 minutes now we're into there. So we are resuming with the puck out of Darrell Jordan, who unsurprisingly is well wrapped this evening, goes long towards his left half forward position, and it's breaking onto it is Mark Hogan. Serious pace from Hogan, moves it inside to the number 11, is going for a goal, swept to the back of the net. It's Paul McDonough, the number 11, got time and space because of Hogan's run, and he finishes it low to the net, and the Piarsaigh are up and running.
Certainly very, very well finished. Or was it Mark Hogan that finished it? Don't know.
Well, we'll confirm that in a moment. It was it's gone into the back of the net anyway. That's all that matters from the Piarsaigh at this moment. But Hogan, I thought, made the initial burst, but Doon will have to resettle. They went for the goal at the other end, but didn't get it. Here they come back.
Actually, Dave O'Keefe got that one.
Dave O'Keefe, apologies for that one, as the ball worked inside as Sean MacDonald's delivery. It's breaking in around there, and it's just about cleared by the Piarsaigh cover. Well, it's still not cleared. It's ruck ball, as you can see there on the end line. Umpire having a good look, and it's just kept in play. Worked away out nicely to David O'Keefe, and O'Keefe plants his feet, delivers long inside, lovely touch inside, just can't get it into his hand. It's the number 10, that's Owen Brosnan bearing down on goal. Brosnan going for a goal, and he's off target. Ooh. And
that one just skimmed the post. His right knee is heavily bandaged already.
Yeah, he's lost his boot there, perhaps. There was someone stood on him maybe on the way through. Boot ended up
but certainly that one just skimmed by the post.
Well, if the opening 4 minutes or anything to go, I think the green flag could be
could be a busy night
could be a busy night for
the umpire with the green flag.
Yeah, as both sides showing plenty of pace in attack in the early goings, but it's the Piarsaigh with that lead. Ball knocked down the wing here, and it's off the hurley, just kept in play by the Doon number 10. Play will continue. Emil Stapleton there, the referee, he's decided it's a line ball, or not a line ball, it's going to be a free for a throw, so the Piarsaigh with the opportunity to launch another attack from here. Pitch in fairly reasonable condition, Leo, isn't it?
It's very interesting to see both teams just lining up 15 on 15 at the moment.
We're not used to it, are we?
We're not used to it, especially with both teams that's involved. There's a lot of experience. Oh, it's a free. He's given a free.
Yeah, free for a throw ball, I think it was. So opportunity for the Piarsaigh man here, Benitez, to go through his routine and have a go. That's James Finn, number 6. It has the legs, but nowhere near the accuracy that he would have liked, and it again, a bit like the one at the other end, it beats everyone and goes out for a wide ball. So we'll resume with the puck out from Kieran Hines. He goes over to towards that right flank, but there's Stokes does very well to pick the pocket of the Piarsaigh man, but he's blocked down. They're swarming Stokes on this occasion, as again possession hard to come by. Stokes does well to skip by a few challenges, but he's under serious pressure, and then the Piarsaigh man, he's been adjudged to have been fouled. He thought he was off to the races, but Johnny Murphy has sounded the whistle, and it will be a free. It was it was David O'Keefe, as we can clarify, that got that third minute goal. and it was Mark Hogan's surging run. And he showed a clean pair of heels, Leo, didn't he, with that goal, did Hogan, the corner forward?
I did. You know, the direct route to goal, turned, took on his man, rounded his man and went around him and just popped it off inside to Dave O'Keefe, and a great strike, stuck it in the back of the net.
Yeah, had the presence of mind to see there was a man in a better position, and it led to a free shot at goal that was well taken by O'Keefe, who had come up on the right hand side of his colleague. So free from 70 odd metres out to just out beyond that 65 plus the angle. It's going to be taken, and is it going on target? It's not, it's wayward, and it's a third wide now in quick fire fashion for Na Piarsaigh. This competition has been very good to both these clubs in recent years. We'll come to that in a moment as the puck out looking for Coughlin. One of the Coughlins beneath it. It's Dara who can't get it. Donal is in there. Dara is there as well, and so too now is Eamon Richardson. No clean possession. Roll lifted by McDonough. McDonough does well as he lost it. He's lost it out over the line, and two players tangling, and a line ball going for Doon.
Just very impressed though that little ruckus there. Eamon Richardson going in aggressive, hard, getting low, winning, trying to win the ball, and just the ball was just flicked away from him. Very well done by Na Piarsaigh, but it's just his aggression. He's keeping himself really, really involved in the game, and that's what you need to do in a night like tonight.
Yeah, ball dropped in around that 20 metre line, and Doon looking to get a clean shot and goal. Here's Stokes losing the hand on it, but gathers it again, slightly hooked on his way back out, and Na Piarsaigh can counter. Solid up ball, lovely flick off the hurley from the Doon full forward. That's Tom Ryan, big powerful presence, but has the slick skills as well there just to flick it off his opponent's hurley. Doon of course completed 3 in a row at this grade in it was still under 21 at the time, but 19, 20 and 21, and before that it was a dominant few years for the Piarsaigh, winning from 2012 all the way through to 17, so 6 in a row at the grade. As I said, a competition that these two sides have been right to the fore in the last decade or so. As skips out over the line, yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's what, if you look back in that time and you look at that record of 6 in a row, that's what the Piarsaigh Senior Hurling team is based around now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really an important competition, but also in fairness to the county board, credit where credit is due for playing these matches on grass at this time of the year.
Yeah.
It's really, really important. You know that young fellas I saw Doon last week playing on AstroTurf, and you could see that just weren't used to it.
Yeah, this ball is swept up from Richardson, looking for his forwards inside. Stokes gets a stick to it, but he's unable to gather it. One of his teammates does. It's a lovely ball switched across by Dennis Blackmore, but escapes his teammate's clutches. Sam Jordan sweeps it up the field a little bit aimlessly, and it leans Aidan O'Connell can get on it. O'Connell does well, and just with that time on his hands, his teammate didn't have time. He's hooked, but it just still flies up through the middle. The Piarsaigh now can come out with it as they try to get their head up that little bit better, but ball touched down by David O'Keefe, going to run onto it himself. Good covering by O'Connell. Again, these ruck balls in the early moments are key, and Aidan O'Connell wins his free out there, and he's a good presence. He's a very much a focal point of that Doon position. He's holding his position well at centre back so far.
Absolutely, and that, like as I said, there's no sweeper in operation here tonight, and it's really, really important that your centre back stays there, plays between the 45 metre line and the 65 metre line, and you can see that's exactly what he's doing. Interesting, they're bringing Eamon Richardson as well back to hit this one as well. But certainly one of the most impressive players from a Doon point of view tonight so far has been young John Stokes at wing forward. Everything that's happening good at the moment about Doon.
Oh, chance inside for Coughlin. Yeah, breaks across for the number 15. Top of the corner from Shane O'Grady. Well, he was waiting out the back. It broke to him, and I knew that the green flag was going to be busy. Are we going to have any white flags this evening?
Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah, O'Grady 1-1 like a game of soccer. But just after 10 minutes, we're into the 11th minute now, and what about the finish, Leo? Right into the top corner. Little the goalkeeper could do about it.
As we said, Tom, earlier in the commentary, in the first 4 or 5 minutes of it, it looked like one of those nights where goals were going to be really of premium, and that's what has happened.
Yeah, so 2 scores.
Oh, very well finished. Both
green flags. I've just seen the replay here. Top class as Coughlin shows his worth again, wins the free, bang on halfway, and another opportunity for Doon to send it in around the house, and the Piarsaigh will have been warned by the last one that they can't let that ball break. They have got to get it to their own hands or out of the danger zone. because you've sharpshooters like O'Grady, and indeed the Coughlin's are in there, and John Stokes, as Leo has said, has started this game quite well as Richardson goes for his own score. It's going to be to the right though, and it's going to escape everyone again. And
Doon's third wide.
Yeah, proving
3 all in wides and 1 on the scoreboard.
And I think 4 of the wides have come from frees as well, so two apiece in that regard. So the long range free taking not fully on point just yet, but the puck out there is brilliant. It finds Ronan Benson and he sweeps it inside, looking for his corner forward over in the shadows there. That's Owen Brosnan. Brosnan sweeps it across, but Doon, I should say, have the numbers back. Yeah, it was Sean MacDonald did well. Now they sweep it up through Richardson. Inside there is Dennis Blackmore, younger brother of Sean Og, and he wins his free inside, and an opportunity now you'd feel for the first white flag of the game with what's going to be a 20-metre free for Doon.
Fully expect this one to go over the bar.
Unless he goes for goal again.
No, I think this one will go over the bar. It's just a case of get the scoreboard ticking over now, and both teams have settled into the situation 12 minutes into the game.
Yeah, Monleen are the defending champions of this grade. A 1-point victory last year in the final over Bruff. And what was the first under-20 final, having gone down from under-21 in previous years. As Coughlin lifts and strikes, and no doubt about it, this time he's up and running, and we have our first white flag of the game, and it's Doon who hit the front for the first time.
Very unusual for a hurling match to be 12 minutes, nearly 13 minutes into the game without a point.
Yeah, well, it could still come to life in that regard yet, but it's been no less intriguing really, as it's Aidan Fitzsimons there who works it down that left-hand channel. Doon appear to have I suppose a dominance numbers in their half-back line in the last few minutes, starting to plug a few holes as they launch another attack. There's going to be a runner off the shoulder here. Here's Eamon Richardson. Richardson though put it up and straight away, and Piarsaigh Hurley was in to flick it away from him. And here's the impressive Mark Hogan, sends it inside. Is there a hand on the back there? Johnny Murphy says play will go on. Now Piarsaigh, their manager Evan Condon, and indeed others down there looking for the decision, but it's not coming. And they work it back out to Doon. Here's Richardson. He's bottled up though. I think they're starting to realise he's a real danger man, so the Piarsaigh are getting close to him. Josh Sheehan unable to find the teammate, and again it's Doon bringing up that dirty ball in around the middle, and now they're sending it inside to the corner, but the corner back is out in front. Does extremely well, and a lovely little stick pass into James Finn, and Finn sweeps it down to that left corner for the number 10. That's Owen Brosnan. Can't gather it though. Everyone trying to roll lift it. Brosnan, 1, 2, 3 attempts, gets it to hand, shortens his grip, but he's tracked all the way. There's an opportunity for a point. It's Josh Sheehan, the number 14, with that yellow helmet. He's knocked it over, and a nicely worked score. It was hard graft at the same time, but the Piarsaigh have their first white flag of the day.
Yeah, but it's contrasting fortunes. Doon are tending to go long, and the Piarsaigh are going short out around the middle of the field. And at times, the Doon players, their work rate, in fairness to them, they're closing down. So that's why we haven't had too many scoring opportunities in terms of points, because Doon are closing down the space under the Piarsaigh forwards. But certainly there, that little passage of play where they worked it through the hand, attacked, stopped, and did an out ball, and the man behind, and Josh Sheehan popped that one over the bar.
So the puck out goes very, very long. Everyone trying to see it in the Rathkeel sky as it's worked back to Dara Coughlin. Coughlin has to go all the way back, and James Finn is there now to try and dislodge him of the ball, and he does. Carried up by Paul McDonough. McDonough sweeps it up, but Doon will have the numbers back there. Their number 3, Sean Blackmore, did not mean that. He overcooks his pass, and the Piarsaigh will see an opportunity here, but again Doon are very clever around that ruck and very clever around the breaking ball just to get a stick to it. But lovely pick up there by Sam Jordan. Jordan tries it again, the little chop into the hand, couldn't get away from a red jersey. Now picking it up is David O'Keefe, and he has a go from 40 metres. It hits the post. Goalkeeper just lost it in the lights maybe. It's flicked in. It's gone into the back of the net, and there's a broken Hurley in there. There's a man down holding his knee, but at the end of it all, the green flag is raised, and it's a second goal, and it's the number 13, Alex Kearns, who's finished it off.
Yeah, look, the ball came down off the post there. Goalkeeper probably misread it. I'm just looking at the replay of it here. Goalkeeper just probably misread it a little bit. Ball came back down. That still had a half a chance to clear it. Yeah, hopped off the post. Still got in a flick, but in fairness to, it's number 10, Owen Brosnan.
Apologies, Owen Brosnan.
Owen Brosnan got the goal. So yeah, he's just working really, really hard. So
Brosnan finishes it to the net. He was like any good inside forward, waiting for the opportunity. Could have easily went over the bar. He didn't think it was happening, so he watched it all the way, hit the post, and he profits on the rebound. So again, we have more goals than points.
Yeah.
If that's the way it's going to finish, Leo, we're in for some hell of a game. But,
2 goals to 1-1.
2 goals to 1-1, yeah. So no orange flags, of course, here, but
2-1 to 1-1.
See, we're getting confused here even ourselves. 2-1 to 1-1. So an opportunity for Doon to try and hit back. I did see just after the goal there was a word with the Piarsaigh secretary from Johnny Murphy. I think he's just asking the Piarsaigh management just to lower the volume a little bit, just looking for appeal of stuff. The ball cut
Great
in.
line ball.
Yeah, lovely line ball by Darragh Coughlin, but is it going to... No, it's going to be kept in over in that far corner. He did well, did the number 15, but Shane O'Grady can't gather it, and nor can Dennis Blackmore. Donald Coughlin will be there on the cover, picks it one-handed, losing his balance, getting it back again. Coughlin tries to shake off the man, shortens the grip, shortens the stick, in around the house, and it escapes over everyone. It was Tom Ryan who was looking to get his stick to it, but unable to do so. And a 4-point.
The Piarsaigh great puck out, quick puck out straight away down here to the Piarsaigh's number 7. Adam Fitzsimons really called that one, made the space for himself and took it.
Absolutely, yeah. It was certain he wanted the ball from the moment the wide ball was signalled. He might get on it again, does Fitzsimons. Puts up the left hand, does well, skips by one challenge, tries to pass it off to a teammate. Maybe he could have had a go there, but Mark Hogan does well, and Hogan with the advantage, he's going to miss the shot, but he's going to come back for the free. And I tell you, Leo, this guy is a prospect, isn't he? He's really, really sharp, really fast feet, and he does well there to win his free.
Almost Peter Casey kind of build in him. No doubt about it.
Dark helmet is similar as well, isn't it? So
yeah, he'll get a bit stronger as he gets older. But I've been really impressed by Adam Fitzsimons at the moment at wing back. He's been coming out, taking ball and taking it up the field with him. So from that point of view, he's making his own opportunities.
Yeah.
You see, it's just a small little bit of a high tackle on Mark Hogan, and definitely a free in on that occasion.
So the free to be taken by the number 13. That is Alex Kearns, and the man who I incorrectly said got a goal a second ago has knocked over a free. And now we have
2-2-1-1.
2-2-1-1, yes indeed.
Yeah.
As Alex Kearns gets on the mark.
18 minutes in, nearly 19 minutes in, very, very entertaining. Both teams are going at it and doing their best under the conditions.
Absolutely, yeah. It's place in the county final awaits. Donald Coughlin races onto this one. James Finn does well.
Well done.
He played the ball, I think, says the referee. It was very, very fine stuff because Coughlin was away, and it could have been away and gone, but Doon stopped in their tracks. Down at the other end, there's an opportunity for David O'Keefe. O'Keefe puts the ball on the hurley, going to sweep it low inside, looking for Kearns, that two-coloured helmet, and there's a clash of the ash there in the middle as the ball is with Sean Blackmore. He sweeps it down towards that inside line, and again possession comes now. This time it's Tom Ryan. Ryan sends it through, he's throwing the ball, and the play will come back for a free. Johnny Murphy is just on the 45 as it happens, and he says it's going to be a free out for the Piarsaigh.
Yeah, if he just had that little bit more space, the ball, he would have been able to get the hand pass quicker. And certainly Johnny pulled him back for the throw, but certainly another goal opportunity. Goal opportunities are arriving thick and fast here.
Yeah, I tell you, we could well, what are we, 20 minutes in? There's 40 minutes. I have a feeling we're going to see another green flag or two. Ball is taken on from the sideline. It was a difficult shot, and so it proves, because it's gone to the left and wide. So I think that's 8 wide, split evenly, according to my maths anyway. But
exactly.
Doon to restart with Kieran Hines just going straight kind of through the middle. Doon hand goes up, doesn't get her. James Finn tries to get his stick to it, but breaking onto it is Eamon Richardson. They move it on to Darragh Coughlin. Coughlin with a bit of space at the 45, knocks it inside for Ryan, but the fullback John O'Keefe, he's out in front, and he does very well. Does O'Keefe moves it on to Tig Milan, and Milan the green helmet, knocking it over to this near side, but there's no one in particular there because it's gone to Sean McDonald. McDonald puts it on to Hurley outside the 45. McDonald with the dropping shot into the goalkeeper's hand. Thought for a second he lost it, but Dara Jordan does well, skips by the full forward and sweeps it upfield. Oh, lovely field in the air. An opportunity, the advantage is coming. That is phenomenal stuff. The foul is on by Sean Og Blackmore, and it's on David O'Keefe. Did very well to pull that out of the sky, Leo, and deservedly gets his free then.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness to the Piarsaigh goalkeeper, his puck outs have been spot on there. Dara Jordan put his hand up there for that ball, came in around him there, plucked it out of the air and found a man straight away, 45 metres from his own goal. And certainly he's creating the opportunities from the Piarsaigh because his delivery is absolutely spot on.
Yeah, for sure, probably helps that Evan Condon is a long-time goalkeeper with the club himself, the team manager, so I'm sure there's been plenty of work down the years together with him as Dara Jordan's delivery starting to do something, and it's David O'Keefe who pulled it out of scare.
Point gap goes over the bar.
Kearns, drills it beautifully, and it never looked like tailing, and Kearns has 2 frees in quick fire succession as we head for a bit of a lead now between the sides as Na Piarsaigh start to exert some level of dominance.
A lot of these Na Piarsaigh players would be any senior team, to be quite honest, around the county. It's just the fact that Na Piarsaigh senior hurling team is so strong. When you see the likes of Alex Kearns, a lad who's played minor with Limerick over the last number of years and unfortunately hasn't got the break yet with the senior, but with Na Piarsaigh, but certainly he's one for the future for him.
Ball inside towards Stokes, can't get it, and again the Na Piarsaigh full back line starting to, I suppose, win their individual battles. They don't have it cleared just yet. Donald Coughlin, I should say. Here he is now, slipping and sliding, can't get a hold of it. Stokes, I think, has it. Pops out the hand pass. There's free coming, and I think it was a foul on Donald Coughlin. No advantage accrued, and it's going to be a free in for Doon. And kind of feel, even though the gap is not insurmountable, they probably just need one to just to stem that bit of a Na Piarsaigh tide that's coming at the moment.
It looked like there, on 1 or 2 occasions where Doon were only one getting possession of the ball, and there was a clean break on, and certainly it's something that Na Piarsaigh have got to look at. But certainly Na Piarsaigh are getting the numbers back to field now and trying to smother the Doon attack, and that one goes straight over the bar. But certainly Donald Coughlin at centre forward looks like a threat every time he gets the ball, that he can break the line. Yeah,
as the puck out is set straight back down the other end. So 1 or 2 for Doon, 2-3 now for Na Piarsaigh. Line ball going for the Cardiff men.
No better way than Eamon Stapleton to come out here and watch the match tonight, keep himself warm. He ends up doing nothing. He ends up doing linesmen, in fairness to him.
That's for sure. I saw him last Thursday night at refereeing the under-20A semi-final, where he we had a last-minute winner for Hospital Herbestown and Knockany, who were joined against Ballybrown, and they're into the final this weekend against Gary Spillane, who had a good win on Saturday afternoon, I think it was, or sorry, Friday evening themselves. So
final on this coming weekend, Tom, is it?
Yeah, should be penciled in for Sunday. We'll have confirmation, I'm sure, in good time. But anyway, back underway here as the ball is cut in by Kearns, and 5 Doon men there to try and tidy it up, and that looks to be what they've done, sweeping it up the middle. But again, the Piarsaigh now with I mentioned no sweepers, but there's certainly I suppose an imbalance in the numbers in each line of the pitch, because the Piarsaigh and Doon's half line starting to get on top. Kearns loses it. Hurley tries to solo it football style. John Stokes robs him, and now he's sent it inside where there's space in front of the number 13. That's Dennis Blackmore, but he can't win the race, and it's cleared by Fitzsimons as looks for his inside line to go and win one. Looks like they have over at that far side, and I think the shot's been taken on by Owen Brosnan. Has he brought it in? Indeed he has, and it's a nice score from play, and it's Fitzsimons who's involved, Leo, and the number 10 finishes it off.
Yeah, as I said, it's just that diagonal ball that's going across the field is creating opportunities for Alex Kearns, who's playing inside corner forward now, and Owen Brosnan, who's playing inside the inside line as well. So in the Piarsaigh forward line are moving about, and they're creating the opportunities. As I said, they're doing damage with the diagonal ball.
Fionn Roach off the stick, dropping it in, but the Piarsaigh 2-on-1 battle in their half back line, and they can gather it up, and there's going to be a yellow card here for the number 12. That's John Stokes. Careless use of the hurley as he came out there. Johnny Murphy was only a matter of metres away, and another opportunity for Na Piarsaigh to send the sliotar towards the Doon goal, and it's going to be James Finn to hit it.
5-point gap at the moment, 2-4 plays 1-2. But certainly it's been all action, all entertainment so far, and you're 24 minutes in now.
So Finn with a free taking style that would remind me of Ronan Lynch, sends it inside and it's touched, and it is touched wide. There's protests going on inside, but it's signalled wide again as Doon live to fight another day, as they say. So back underway through the goalkeeper Kieran Hines. Another wide for Na Piarsaigh. So back inside to Kearns. As Kearns brought it in, he hasn't. I knew maybe from the second lefty stick he wasn't happy with it. Off balance and off target on this occasion.
Commentators' curse time we were putting on. In fairness to both teams, the amount of wides that they were a bare minimum, but now seems to be beginning to mount.
Yeah, an opportunity. Raymond Richardson blasting
it
through the sky. Yeah, shortened the grip slightly. Oh, I thought it was over. It deserved something. It was a lovely strike at the ball, but doesn't get it quite right, and it's off target. Now, ball turned over. Dara Coughlin dummies to pass to his brother, plants his feet. Coughlin on the spin, and Coughlin off target. And the last couple of minutes have not been what we come to expect from players of this quality. Coughlin, yeah, a little bit off balance. Just seen the replay there.
Am I reckoning both teams have 6 wides each?
Yeah, that's it. Half a dozen apiece, and a couple of those could help change the.
Hurling is that game though, Tom, isn't it? You know, it really set a pattern at the start, and you know both teams were going at it, and now it's become a little bit messy and a little bit stretched. There's a heavy tackle. Yeah,
a heavy challenge by Paul McDonough on the Doon man, who was
going to pick up a yellow here.
Charging out with the ball. Johnny Murphy again is very close to the action, and again he doesn't hesitate to brandish the yellow card. I think he can have few complaints with that, Leo. It was quite a heavy one, and the Doon man, who is Eamon Richardson, is back to his feet.
Yeah, as I said, he's captain of the minor team this year. Good, strong hurler.
Good memories for Doon folk listening in of that minor final. I wouldn't quite say a smash and grab, but some finish by them to.
If there's a rugby match, I think we'd be going to the TMO there, Tom.
We'd enough of that Saturday evening. Anyway, ball in around the 20-metre line, and again, it's the full back line of Na Piarsaigh trying to get their hands on it, but Tom Ryan, the full forward, knocks it back to Coughlin. Dara Coughlin on this occasion. He was wayward moments ago. He's on target on this occasion, and Doon edged closer thanks to their number 10.
Yeah, it brings it down to a 4-point game. As I said, the way Doon have performed over the last number of years, they're never out of a game. They're always there with you, and you know they're always working hard and creating opportunities. I saw it last week against Monaleen that in the second half they turned up like a steam train. Just went at it straight away from the start of the second half. And they're beginning to finish this game strongly known.
Yeah, Sean McDonald shortens the grip, sends it inside, continues his run, looking to get it back here. There's a free coming, there's a push in the back on the number 13. That's Dennis Blackmore, and lovely work by Sean McDonald in the build-up, and Dennis Blackmore wins the free, so an opportunity to bring it back to a one-goal game.
Yeah, this one-score game, exactly. You fully expect this one to go over the bar, in fairness. It's a difficult night to be hitting frees now and the hands are cold.
Yeah, plenty of players not even wearing the Under Armour. I tell you, they're
short sleeve jerseys
a lot braver than I would be. I'd have as many layers as I could on under it, but anyway, they're made of stern stuff, these lads. As Donald Coughlin lines up the free just on the 40-metre of the arc.
I know.
Yeah, didn't get the strike that he wanted, didn't get the result that he wanted, so 7th wide and all for the East Limerick men. This has become a rivalry, Leo, at senior level, and indeed under 21 and 20s now as it is, and these two clubs are very, very familiar across the grades with each other.
That's going to go on for the next 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, or maybe more, Leo, maybe more.
Monaleen, Mungret entering the fray and see what happens when they come to the fray, and see tomorrow night when the other semi-final between those two clubs. But look, it looks like over the next couple of years that these two clubs are going to dominate Limerick Hurling.
As the ball is intercepted at the back there, worked out to Tyke Milan, and they've swept it away through Harry McGann, or sorry, in fact that's Josh Sheehan, the number 14. sends it inside, but Doon have their corner back on top on this occasion. That's Fionn Roach, and they work it along to Eamon Richardson. Richardson's ball is delivered across. James Finn loses his footing, and that leaves Donald Coughlin in time and space, and Coughlin plants the feet, and Coughlin has sent it to the right and wide, and groans from the Doon supporters. We were heading for half time. Better double check my score. Yeah, 2-4 to 1-3, and a disappointing end to the half from Doon in some regards. They had 4 or 5 opportunities, Leo, in the last few minutes. Only managed to take, I think, one of them, and that was from Dara Coughlin. So they trail.
18-19 minutes into the game, Doon had only 3 wides. In the last 10 minutes of the game, they've had 5 wides in a row, so they'll all count at the end of the game. But it's a game now that's ebbing and flowing with. When one team gets momentum, they're trying to push on, and then the team that gives away the least amount of frees tonight. Now I know Doon haven't capitalised on all their frees that they've got, but it's one of those situations where the team that really stands up goes at it in the second half, and I fully expect Doon to come out and start the second half. But let's see how Piarsaigh start early and see where it takes them. And it's a game that could go either way now at this stage.
Yeah, so we're going to take a break here in McNeville Park. We're going to try and warm up. I'm sure wherever you're watching are a little bit warmer than things are here. So we will be back for the second half in just a few short moments.
Everybody ready?
Yeah, Dad.
Let's go.
Step into the future of driving in the all-electric, spacious Hyundai Ioniq 9. The future is today. The future is Hyundai.
Everybody ready?
Yeah, Dad.
Let's go.
This evening goes long towards his left half forward position, and it's breaking onto it is Mark Hogan. Serious pace from Hogan, moves it inside to the number 11, is going for a goal, swept to the back of the net. It's Paul.
But certainly one of the most impressive players from a Doon point of view tonight so far has been young John Stokes that went forward. Everything that's happening good at the moment about Doon.
Oh, chance inside for
Here's
Coughlin. It's breaks across for the number 15, top of the corner from Shane. 21 in previous years is Coughlin. Lifts and strikes, and no doubt about it, this time he's a hand, shortens his grip, but he's tracked all the way. There's an opportunity for a point. It's Josh Sheehan, the number 14, with that yellow hand, a little chop into the hand. Couldn't get away from a red jersey. Now that's picking it up is David O'Keefe, and he has a goal from 40 metres. It hits the post. Goalkeeper just lost it in the lights, maybe. It's flicked in. It's gone into the back of the net.
Hogan, and definitely free in on that occasion.
So the free to be taken by the number 13. That is Alex Kearns. David O'Keefe who pulled it out of the scare.
Yeah. Point gap goes over the bar.
Kearns, drills it beautifully, and it never looked like
they are getting the numbers back to field now and trying to smother the Doon attack, and that one goes straight over the bar. But certainly
inside line to go and win one. Looks like they have over at that far side, and I think the shot's been taken on by Owen Brosnan as he brought it in, hands in it, but Tom Ryan, the full forward, knocks it back to Coughlin. Dara Coughlin on this occasion, he was wayward moments ago. He's Very welcome back to McNeville Park. We're just underway. Start of this second half in this Limerick Under 20 Hurling Championship semi-final. I nearly have to check myself every time not to say Under 21. Advantage coming straight away for Doon as they look to overcome this that half-time deficit, and they have the free as no advantage coming, and an opportunity for their midfielder Eamon Richardson to get the ball rolling in the second half and get them back into it. I wouldn't say a beaten docket by any means, Leo, but they probably will need to cut out some of those.
Far from it, Tom. This one goes over the bar, brings back down to a one-score game.
Yeah, just need to cut out some of the I suppose the poor wides that we've seen, and
change a free taker, and that one goes straight over the bar.
So from about 50 metres or just shy of it, they are on to 4 points as Eamon Richardson knocks over his first free of the contest. So the fourth different scorer for Doon is Coughlin, operating a little bit deeper for this moment. At least three in the Piarsaigh men with him. Coughlin off to the races, but out of grass really, as ball is fouled there. I think Eamon Richardson has been adjudged to have knocked his man to the floor. Let's just see it again. Just missed it there in a replay, but a yellow card is going to come for the midfielder.
I think there's momentum, carry both players into each other there.
Just a little bit too much force maybe for Johnny Murphy's liking.
As I said, in fairness to him, he's getting involved in everything tonight. Eamon Richardson, he's picked after picking up the yellow there, but I'm certainly getting involved in everything. Yeah.
So Richardson tried to get that breaking ball, and the Piarsaigh man just picked it, and I think there was maybe a little bit of head contact with the shoulder. As minimal as it was, it's going to be a yellow card for Richardson. So a free from midway for Mark Hogan. In fact, sorry, it's Alex Kearns, a man with 2 points to his name in that opening 30 minutes of action. It's a testing one from those midfield marks in the football. So Kearns has a go. It looks to be tailing. Dropped in around it. A square ball called by Johnny Murphy. Yeah, it was batted away by Kieran Hines. He didn't take a chance, and it was Owen Brosnan, I believe, the man with 1-1 to his name, and he's judged to have entered the square before the ball, so it's going to be a free out for Kieran Hines. A reminder, tomorrow we'll be in the Gaelic grounds for the meeting of Munkert St. Paul's and Monaleen, men who know each other oh so well down the grades and in the codes as well, as that's the second of the semi-finals at this grade, as we get to the real business end of this championship in the next few days, as fight for possession around the middle. Kearns does well.
They're the loose frees that Doon are giving away, as I said. First 10 minutes of the second half was always going to be important here.
Stifles any momentum there.
Yeah, it does, you know, when they're all contesting the ball, you just got to keep it as neat and tidy as you can, play the ball, because any sort of a slap now, referees are blowing it, you know, in fairness to them.
Again, I'm looking at that free-taking style of James Finn, and it just reminds me so much of Ronan Lynch. Goes in around the square, batted away. Fight for possession there. It's Sean Ryan, and it's going to go out for a 65. Yeah, Sean Ryan and Alex Kearns battling for it. Kearns elected, or was maybe outvoted to take that free, and he's going to go out and take the 65 himself. So an opportunity for
Sean Roach, the Doon cornerback, has come out in the start of the second half, and his leg is fairly heavily strapped if you just look at it there.
Just trying to spot him there in the off camera, but yeah, indeed, he's just in around the square there, so I wonder what's left in that leg, unless it's cold evening to be picking up any bit of a knock. So the opportunity from the 65, first to the contest, I believe. And Kearns looking to add to his 2 pointed frees from that opening half, as you can see from the flags behind him there. Not a puff of breeze here, but cold winter sky, as he has a go
straight over the bar,
and he has nailed it, and the Piarsaigh restore that 4 point buffer, and it's Kearns with the 65.
4 point lead again in favour of the Piarsaigh. Deservedly so in the first couple of minutes. Second half they've worked really hard. Yeah,
apart from that free they conceded, but they've been much the better team in the 3 minutes since, as Finn wins his ball and starting to dominate as well now. He's in his own position, gets the free, and Kearns will happily, I'm sure, come over from the 65 back to halfway, and dead centre of the field now will look to land his fourth from a similar range, with definitely a more advantageous angle. I believe he's Wayne Kearns' brother as well. Of course, it would have been on the senior panel this season. through his own routine, spinning the hurley, which is the way he likes it. Has he brought it straight and true? He has indeed. And Kearns came over to that free with a smile on his face, and I'm sure he's left with one too.
That's great shooting. The last two frees have been 5-point lead, 2-6 plays 1-4. But certainly the last two frees have been really well struck.
Yeah, Doon need to start getting on top on their own puck outs to give them any chance. They've won a free here. There's a bit of holding on Dara Coughlin, and Coughlin walks away with the free, and Eamon Richardson will want to get the sliotar here. There's Doon trying to build a little bit of momentum, trying to get a bit of head of steam up, and they can do so.
Then just need to break that pattern now that Piarsaigh has started the second half 2 points in a row to push them out to the 5-point lead. This one's really important that it goes over the bar.
Yeah, these sides, as we know, in opposite groups, so it's their first meeting of the under-20 campaign. We need a third outing for the Piarsaigh, but has it come in enough? It hasn't. No, just watching it all the way, it looked to be good for a moment, but off target, and Richardson has to quickly forget about it because the ball is down near him in the middle of the pitch, losing his footing, but ball in hand, flicks it through to Coughlin. Lovely touch on the stick from Coughlin, dummies one way, has to come back out, gives it to Richardson. Richardson plants the feet from outside that 45. Richardson, it's just off target, and that is now double digits in wides for Doon, 10 in all and 2 at the start of the second half.
As I said, they're just trying to overcomplicate it a little bit. If they do the simple thing, just lay off the ball on time and make sure the ball goes to hand, they'll get more time on the ball when they're shooting, and certainly the Piarsaigh are putting them on that little bit of pressure when they're shooting and trying to get in hooks and blocks, and it's really showing on the direction of the strike then.
Yeah, that's for sure. And there's is there a case to be made for Donald Coughlin closer to goal? I know sometimes what happens at senior doesn't always happen at 20s, but we're so used to him being that target man, not target man, but that kind of link man inside. So I wonder, will we see this as the contest progresses, as his brother now knocks it inside. Back on the cover is Harry McGann.
That's a throw, he got away with it, I'd say.
Fitzsimons tidies it up, gives it to Mike Duggan, and flicks off the stick of Coughlin. Is it going to stay in play, or is it going to go out? It's knocked down the line, and the line ball going against Mark Hogan, and Doon will be wasting no time in getting this underway with their centre back Aidan O'Connell. I think he's after hitting his clubmate Eamon Stapleton. He's jovial enough, laughs it off, but a line ball turns into a line ball, and it's an Piarsaigh who will restart. Tries to steal every metre, and why wouldn't you? An opportunity for David O'Keefe. Showed flashes in that first half of his talent, or maybe more than flashes, cuts it across the field. The Doon stick is to it as Tyke Milan looks to get on it under serious duress, but does well to come through the sea of bodies. But Aidan O'Connell off his left side knocks it straight down the middle. Oh, lovely touch into his pass from the inside man. That's the number 13. That's Dennis Blackmore, and Blackmore has brought it in nicely, and now he gives a slap at a hurley, gives a roar back to field because he wants more from the lads behind him.
Probably the best scorer tonight, best bit of skill. Came out, directed the ball down to his path and picked it and popped it over the bar, all in one movement. As I said, probably the most skillful piece of hurling tonight, and there's a great score.
Great reply, Owen Brosnan. A different type of score, but nevertheless impressive.
It's a goal and 2 points in Owen Brosnan tonight, and we still have what? We still have 22 minutes to go in the game. He'd be disappointed last week with Harty Cup, but certainly 1-2 tonight under these conditions is no bad scoring.
Yeah, making his mark on this one, that's for sure. As the number 15 Shane O'Grady is hooked, and now Doon have coughed up another free, so they're going to have to retreat again. And
like when you see the conditions, it's cold and it's colder it's getting, and like in fairness, the Piarsaigh are just that little bit sharper in their hurling and that little bit quicker of thinking at the moment, and certainly a 4 or 5 point. There's a great score if it goes over
they
there
worked
as well.
it short from the free. It was Fitzsimons who wanted the short free. They've worked it all the way to Sam Jordan, and Jordan makes no mistake. Lovely floated shot and it carries over. So that's 4 points to 2 now in the second half. The advantage starting to move out.
2-8 to 1-5. Like a 6 point lead looks a big lead now in these conditions. Do you know, it's not that it's raining or anything, it's just that it's so cold, and you know, players are just beginning to make mistakes, and as I said, lazy freeze as well.
Yeah,
here we go.
Worked on towards Gara Coughlin. Coughlin shortens the grip off the left hand side, and a good immediate response from Doon. Plenty more of that's going to be needed in the next 20 minutes or so, but Dara Coughlin supplies the finish on this occasion.
Yeah, just the game as we get into open up a small little bit now in terms of spatial wise around the place, and the teams that takes advantage of it now will find themselves getting over the line quite easily, I'd say.
Ball inside, so
free
number 8, yeah, David O'Keefe. He tried to take on his man. There was an arm outstretched, and it's a foul coming against one of the Doon rear guards. They're all protesting their innocence, and
the Piarsaigh are picking up their scores that little bit easier. They're working the ball into scoreable positions in around the edge of that big D there, and it's almost like Doon are just trying so hard to trying to create the open to get the goal and convert. They're literally trying to overplay it at times since the start of the second half. But look, I fully expect them to come storming back into it. One little piece of luck will get you back in here.
So the opportunity for Kearns, 4 to his name, 2 in either half. He's looking to make it 3 in a row in terms of converted place balls, and he has done that. So Alex Kearns with probably his easiest one of the night.
That's his 5th point from frees, between 65s and frees.
Very, very important those can be in the shake-up, and I think we've seen maybe 4 or 5 missed by Doon, and a handful from the Piarsaigh too, but they've started to knock them over with a little bit more ease. Ball from the middle of the field, that's going to go close, it's going to go all the way, and it's going to go over the crossbar for the score there from the number 9. That's Ronan Benson.
Yeah.
Nice score from him, and the Piarsaigh starting to turn the screw, and as Leo says, starting to get those scores a fraction or two easier, as 3 lots of 2 points, if you like, in the second half means that Doon are fighting a losing battle as it seems now. Ball with Sean Ryan, he's blocked around the middle of the field, scramble for that yellow slitter. Ball stuck to the McNeville Park surface, and Johnny Murphy decides he wants to get his hand on the ball, and he's going to throw it in. The clock, if from Doon, will start feel like it's racing. Ball bounces in, and it's Stokes who gets on it. Stokes gets his free. It's the number 5, I think, has committed the foul. No, in fact, it's the number 6. No, indeed, it is the number 5 who's committed the foul. I think he's signalled that's Tig Milan. So an opportunity again for Doon, and they're going to have to try and find, I suppose, a few stops at the back, Leo, because as you're saying, the Piarsaigh have worked nearly every time it's come up to our left hand side in the start of the second
this
half.
is a really important free. This is to get it back to a 2-score game and keep Doon in the game, to be quite honest, and that one looks to have gone over the bar.
Yeah, indeed it has. It's Eamon Richardson, and he's having a little bit more joy in with the frees in the second half as they move on to 10 with a goal and 7 to their name. We'll see now what subs, if any, will be used as the contest wears on. Puck out goes very long from Dara Jordan beyond the 65. Breaking onto it is the impressive Adam Fitzsimons, though right on cue he loses it, and Coughlin just lost it for a moment and didn't deliver the ball he wanted to, and the Piarsaigh are on it again. The number 8 is operating on the half-forward line. That's David O'Keefe, and O'Keefe nonchalantly knocks it forward, and he's coughed it up because Sean McDonald is on it. McDonald racing through the middle, but again the light blue jerseys swarm around him. There's a free there for a shoulder on the back.
I suppose that passage of play just typifies what's going on in the game. You know, Doon are working so hard and trying to get working the ball out of the fence. Had the opportunity to pop it off and make things life easier for themselves, and then a little sloppy flick, and it's a free the other way, and another opportunity for Alex Kearns to bang it over the bar. The way he's been striking the ball tonight, don't be surprised if this one goes over the bar. He'll have the distance, whether he has the accuracy or not.
You know, Leo, from taking frees, when you've hit, as he said, he's hit 3 in a row, from 2 from the 65 and 1 closer. Like when you've hit 3 in a row, you kind of feel like you could maybe hit anything. So go back at his own half, it won't be too daunting.
No, you said it, and he's gone for this one as well.
Just a little bit off, right? But he did fancy it, I'm sure. Yeah,
he went for power more than accuracy, and he was trying to drill it as much as he could.
Yeah, I think that's their first wide of the second half.
Yeah, their 7th wide of the game.
So Doon making a sub over on that far side. The towering figure, I believe, is Cahill Hayes, wearing number 18. And he's going in. Making way is the number 15. And that's Shane O'Grady, who got that goal, but has, I suppose, been shy of possession, shall we say, in the intervening minutes. But sub for Doon. Big towering man going in at the edge of the square. That can mean one thing. As
Route 1.
Route 1, yeah. As Doon will have to get the possession to do so. James Finn foraging, kicks it ahead of himself, picks it one-handed, back into the left hand, racing up the middle. He's out of catches now, and he just spoons it off to the runner. That is the number 15, Mark Hogan. Hogan through on goal, skips inside. Oh, he's just been ball been flicked away from him, and Doon can come out with it. Indeed, they have. But
that was the opportunity. Just looking at it here in the replay, that was the opportunity. He went straight through the middle. All he did was pop the ball off to his right, and it was the ball could have been stuck in the back of the net if the ball had gone to hand. He fouled the free here now straight away.
Yeah, I was actually looking down the field what to do. He just juggled it to the or played it twice. Yeah, misrised it, I think.
Missed the first one. He touched it.
So Johnny Murphy spotted it, as did a lot.
There's two umpires behind you as well, lads, so you're not going to get away with that.
That's for sure. As
throw in ball here now, is it?
Yeah, Johnny Murphy looking for the sliotar. Piarsaigh in no rush to give it back to him. Murphy throws it in, and ball at the correct end of the field if you're from Cardavan, and the ball is looked to be kicked to the net there, but it wasn't connected with from Josh Sheen, I think it was, and the Piarsaigh miss another opportunity. The number 10, that's Dara Coughlin. He knocks it up towards Donal, and Donal Coughlin tries to skip past his man. Donal Coughlin loses the hurley, right footed, boots it across the field, and he finds the runner, the number 18. Spoons it, does well, gives it back to the man off his shoulder. It's Emmett Roach. Roach has a go, and Roach is off target with it. And again, Doon's accuracy letting them down this evening. And again, this number 7, Adam Fitzsimons, finds a bit of green grass from a puck out.
Clever hurler the way he's hurling it now. He comes right out to the sideline and takes the puck out, making himself available for the goalkeeper. There's a get out ball the whole time from teams in the county final. That'll be whoever we played them. Just one thing that they've got to pick up if they're getting there.
Yeah, it's looking ever so likely as the ball is with David O'Keefe, and O'Keefe has brought that in beautifully. A testing angle, shortened his grip with the green grip on the hurley, and just flicks it over lovely. And the Piarsaigh sprinting for that finish line now.
Absolutely. Ironically though, the teams that are in tomorrow night's semi-final are the teams that contested the county minor final 3 years ago or 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
So from that point of view, it'll be interesting to see.
Have the Piarsaigh been able to close the gap on them? As it looks like them, there's an advantage coming. Sean McDonald racing through, no real support with him. McDonald is going to get his free all the way back here. He ran out of support and he ran out of options, but he has been brought back for the free, and huge surging run from him as Johnny Murphy, I think, is just sending in the physio to have a look at him. We're going to have a yellow card for the Piarsaigh number 9, I think that is, and that is Ronan Benson. Just been noted in the referee's notebook. Tough evening to be a ref, even to be writing to be having the pen out this evening. It is hands in the pockets weather. But the free actually brought forward to maybe where there was a second infringement. The Doon man, as you can see there, helmet off, just gathering himself, getting a drop of Ishka. And I did see the Limerick under 20 boss Evan Loftus here in McNeville Park. I'm sure he'll be at many of the 20 games in the next few weeks, just keeping an eye on those that of course are under 18 and under 19 heading through the ranks for next season, trying to build Limerick squad after it was a mixed 2025, as the free is
a little bit of a
the free is off target, and another opportunity goes a begging for Doon.
They're 12th wide.
Yeah,
just an interesting thing about Limerick at going into under 20 next year. All the Limerick teams are out of the Hardy Cup already, and it's not even Christmas.
Yeah,
do you know? So
none in the last 8. Yeah, that looked to be gone out over the line. Indeed, it was. There's a sub coming for the Piarsaigh. That's Conor Birmingham wearing the number 18,
son of Andrew.
and Conor smart man wearing the skins tonight, the blue skins, so in he goes. Just going to see who is making way. It's the number 5, I think. So Connor's going to get about 10 minutes or so to stake a claim for what looks to me to be a place in a county final starting side. And Tyke Milan put in a shift tonight, and he gets a ripple of applause from his club mates and family and friends around him here. So they're 10 minutes away now from a trip to a Premier final, and even a club like the Piarsaigh don't take those for granted. Ball is cut inside, skips off the surface. Donald Coughlin can't gather it. Back there again is Adam Fitzsimons. He sweeps it up to that right corner. The number 10 is on it. That's Owen Brosnan. Brosnan's effort has gone to the left and wide, and that could have been the final nail really in the Doon coffin. You'd feel a green flag like the one they got from Shane O'Grady is what's needed. 1 or 2 even in the next few minutes. Play will continue. Racing
numbers here now.
Yeah.
If the ball goes to hand. Most important thing is ball going to hand.
Ball
there.
spoon.
No.
Oh, it's still with a Doon jersey.
Free in.
We're going back for the free. We would have had a 65 anyway, but yeah, just a little bit overcooked the hand pass or the stick pass as it turned out. But there was an advantage coming, says Glenrue clubman or Ballylanders clubman, whichever way you look at it, Johnny Murphy. So we're coming back for the free. And after missing the last one, they'll want to make absolute certain that they get this one knocked over. I think it is the number 9 who's now taking the close in ones as well. So Richardson has to get this right, and indeed he has.
Have Doon only got 1 point in the second half in play?
Well, they've only 5 in total, so I think you're right, Leo. Yeah,
4
or
free.
2. Derek Coughlin, in fact, got a point, and so did Dennis
So
Blackburn.
3 frees and 2
yeah.
from play. Like in a county semi-final, you're not going to be getting over the line with those stats, to be quite honest.
No, that's for sure, especially after only getting 1-3 in the opening half. But they're not gone just yet, as the ball is with Cathal Hayes sweeping it down the field. But again, Dennis Blackmore is outnumbered 2-1. Doesn't look like he's going to win that race.
Oh, another free.
And free out is coming.
And a yellow card, I'd say as well. High tattle. Even though he probably didn't mean it, to be quite honest, but the way James Finn came out of the tattle, when you win that high, your hand always
Dangerous play.
rides up around the neck, and that's exactly what happened.
So the sub
Another
being made
sub
by the Piarsaigh, number 17 has come in. That's Ger O'Tiernig, and coming out is number 11. That's Paul McDonough. So 7 or 8 minutes, 7 minutes in fact, left to go on this one. Finn diagonally across the field looking for the runner, and the number 10 is beneath it again. Owen Brosnan has a couple of goes to get it, flicks it down the line nicely, and it's gathered by Mark Hogan. Hogan knocking in around the square. Goalkeeper's there, puts a stick to it. Has he gathered it? He hasn't. It's been flicked to the net, and surely now with David O'Keefe's second goal, the Piarsaigh are heading to the county final.
just goes to show, you make a mistake on the goal line, it's very unforgiving. Just Dave O'Keefe in the right place at the right time, just flick the ball to back of the net.
Yeah, and Kieran Hines, as you say, make a fraction of a mistake, lost his footing as well in the process, and it is ruthlessly punished as Doon make a sub. In comes the number 20, that's Michael Ryan Conn, as he's known locally, Michael Ryan, and out goes the number 5, that's Emmett Roach. So
3-11 plays 1-8 with 6 minutes to go.
yeah, well, I was worried my prediction that we would have another goal was going to be wrong, but we have indeed had a 4th goal in this one. It threatened very early on that we would have an absolute bag full of them, but things have steadied down into maybe more normal stuff. As Finn, he's come thundering into it in the second half. He's gone right up the middle. The number 6 is Collide. It's a free against the Doon man, and Aidan O'Connell could be the latest man to march into the referee's notebook here. And powerful stuff from Finn. You'd see exactly why he was in and around that in the Piarsaigh senior team when you start to see him at full flight like that.
Oh yeah, look, he's a big strong man. You can see there when he gets the ball and when he charged up the field there in full flow, pretty impressive, you know. But it's certainly, he's been one of the major factors from the Piarsaigh tonight. He's controlled the centre the whole time and just kept everything cool, calm and collected around him, and every chance he did a simple thing and did it very clear the ball up the field. That's all you can ask him on a night like tonight. But certainly it's one that we look definitely thinking that the Piarsaigh are looking for heading to another county under 20 hurling final. That will go straight over the bar by Alex Kearns as well.
With another. So he's brought up another, I think it's half a dozen now, as the Piarsaigh again starting to get another puck out, although they've lost it. Richardson pops it off to the runner. That's Dara Coughlin. They've worked it inside looking for Donal. Again, a lot of their passes tonight have just been that little bit off and haven't gone to plan. As it's been a month, I think, since their last in fact in the Piarsaigh, a month since their last competitive action, but they haven't shown the signs of that. As Hayes gets on it, racing through, hand pass towards Donal Coughlin. Coughlin just losing it, and James Finn is there and down on all fours trying to pick it up. Ronan Benson with a bit of a pirouette. He does lovely and gives it on to Kearns, sweeping it inside, 1-on-1 inside. It's the number 10 Brosnan who's going to win the race. Looked like losing it. Brosnan, pass was to neither of his teammates over one. And
clever ball though. It was creating the opportunity. He was putting the Doon cornerback under pressure to clear the ball and get composure and gather it, and certainly you don't want to be doing that in your own 14-yard line.
Lovely stuff from Finn. The roll lift with two Doon men all over him, and they work it out now to Kearns. Kearns starting to play with a bit of swagger, and he's fouled by Richardson, or in fact O'Connell, and O'Connell will want to be
another substitute, and the Piarsaigh team are going to unload the bench here.
Yeah, maybe not quite the bomb squad, but an opportunity for lads to put a hand up for
Alan. I just know, is it Ben O'Regan is coming on?
Yeah, Ben O'Regan wearing number 21. He comes in, and making way will be David O'Keefe, who I'm sure is just being saved with Sunday in mind, that it should be Sunday anyway. We're not 100% sure of the fixture just yet, but it will be this weekend. And in as well comes Farida Minahan wearing the number 19.
I'd say probably a relation of maybe a son of Cahill's, as I see Cahill down underneath us in the crowd.
Good, and an opportunity as well for Padraig Moran. So they've taken Alex Kearns out of the action as well. So Kearns has once of Ireland's fittest family fame in his younger days. He comes out, and they've one more sub that will be introduced in a moment, but we're back underway with the free to be now taken by Owen Brosnan. I'm sure Kearns wanted one more crack at the post, but Brosnan will get the opportunity, but he doesn't make it count, but it may matter little. There's going to be a sub over on that far side, I think. Yeah, Doon are sending another man into the full forward line, as number 17 goes in, and just trying to see who's made way for them. There's a free coming.
I think it was Mark Coughlin, his midway, is it? Does it look like Mark Coughlin at the far side of the field? We'll come to that momentarily. There's a free for Doon. They're going to try and send it in around the house. Richardson lofting it in there. Everyone trying to converge on it. Ball breaking down there, as Donal Coughlin does well. Gathers it, going through the crowd. Coughlin has lost his footing, or lost the ball I should say. 6 or 7 Piarsaigh men with him, and James Finn is one of those, I think, and wins a very good free out from the Piarsaigh.
Yeah,
just goes to show, when you're trying to attack and you're trying to do everything which Donal Coughlin is trying to do, turn, get possession, turn and take it on. Just the Piarsaigh guys, the defenders have the composure around him and just overturn the ball and win a very good free and simplified. That's been the game in a nutshell tonight.
Yeah, another sub for the Piarsaigh, number 20 Padraig Moran has been introduced, and they've taken out another one of the forwards as well. So Moran just in for the last couple of minutes. Not an awful lot of time left, I'm sure, on Johnny Murphy's watch, as the Piarsaigh can start thinking about the weekend, getting the recovery done tomorrow, getting completely recharged ahead of a county final and another opportunity for them to bring home some silverware, as they're trying to defend their goal and try and maybe just add another score or two in the last moment or two. There's a throw there, though, as we have the confirmation that it was Josh Sheehan, the number 14, who makes way, and Doon will get the opportunity with the free, which is going to be advanced, I think. So, free is going to be under 45, and it's going to be taken by Richardson, I believe. Crowded goalmouth. Maybe he'll just take his own score at this point. I don't think much can change in the next moment or two, although they're flicking it in, looking for a goal. Bouncing in around there, a sea of bodies there. Here's Coughlin, Dara Coughlin, can't gather it. Substitution does. It's I think it's Evan Crowe's in there as well. Ball work back. Coughlin has a go. There's a superb save in there, I think, from Dara Jordan. Ball came through a sea of bodies. And it was actually deflected away by James Finn, and back for the free. Would have been out for 65, but it's a good block by Finn. Got his body behind it, and there's an opportunity now for Richardson. Well, if he was dropping the last few in, I tell you, he's surely going to try and rifle this one through the 5, the Piarsaigh men who are standing in his way.
Only 4, and James Finn has just gone back now.
Yeah, so
here we go.
Goes for it. It's not the greatest strikes, and it's whipped to the net. The number 7 following up was Sean MacDonald, and a bit of pride restored for Doon with a goal for our number 7 as they get their second goal of the contest.
3-12 to 2-8.
Yeah, too little, too late. I feel.
Yeah, probably about 3 minutes of injury time here, I suppose.
Yeah. Just left themselves with too much to do when they did get that second green flag as the Piarsaigh look to reply, as they've done so often this evening, with a score of their own at the other end. The number 21 is on it. That's Ben O'Regan, but he can't get it. It comes back to Gerard Tiernig, and there's a chop from him, and Doon will waste no time now in launching this one down towards the goal. A crowded goalmouth will be greeted by this ball in a moment again. It's breaking inside there. Coughlin is on it. Slips. Still has the ball though. Now he's lost it. He pulls on it. Stays in play. And back there is Mike Duggan. Duggan does well. He's lost it though out over the end line.
65.
For 65, yeah. But credit to Doon, Leo.
Yeah, but it's just the contrast Tom here. You know, they tried to overplay it, and when they were running at him, trying to go through, and ball wasn't going to hand. Yeah. It wasn't going through the middle. And suddenly, when they go route 1 in the last 4 or 5 minutes, they end up, putting. You see with their full forward inside, Tom Ryan inside, and Donald Coughlin inside the edge of the square when they went route 1.
Couple of problems.
Yeah, they've caused a couple of problems for me, and justifiably got a goal there. And probably, if you look at it from another point of view, I suppose a 7 point, which is the gap at the moment.
Oh, there is the full-time whistle. Round of applause greets the Piarsaigh and indeed Doon. It is the Piarsaigh, though, who are comfortable winners. They're heading for a county final. 3 goals in 12 to 2 goals in 8. They have won this one here, and they will march into this weekend's final against Monaleen or Mungret St. Paul's. We're going to try and catch a word within the Piarsaigh management in a moment, Leo. But the Piarsaigh worthy winners back into another Premier final.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Tonight they were the better team. The ball was going to hand. They got their scores, as we mentioned during commentary. They got their scores that little bit easier, and when the opportunities became available, the goal opportunities became available, they took them. And certainly, though, when you look at it a broader scale of things, it was a tough night for hurling. Not in terms of the pitch. The pitch was in excellent condition. And you look at the overall scheme of things, deservedly so, the Piarsaigh are 7 point winners, and a justifiable gap, a 10-point gap probably would have, other than getting the last minute goal there for Doon, but that certainly would have been, saying it would have been an overload more than anything else, to be beaten by 10 points tonight. But look, 7 point gap I think is very, very justifiable from the Piarsaigh point of view, and they'll look forward to going into a county final next week.
Yeah, I think I mentioned they hadn't played competitively from around about a month and a day, so they showed, I suppose, few signs of that. But I know lads playing schools and everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of them
but as a team really coming together nicely this evening, and they'll hope now to carry that into the weekend. No matter who they play, it'll be a city derby in the final. So
yeah,
that'll stand to them now at the weekend, is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely, but look, the Piarsaigh are there on merit, deservedly so, and one that they look for. I've no doubt that they look forward to.
Yeah, okay, so we have full time here with the Piarsaigh 3-12, Doon 2-8. A reminder, tomorrow from the Gaelic grounds we will have Mungret St. Paul's versus Monaleen. We will see you for that one. We're going to have the highlights for you momentarily. We'll try and catch a word from Evan Condon, the Piarsaigh manager, in a moment or two, so do stay live for that one. But we will be back tomorrow, as I said, for that second semi-final. Who unsurprisingly is well wrapped this evening, goes long towards his left half forward position, and it's breaking onto it is Mark Hogan. Serious pace from Hogan, moves it inside to the number 11, is going for a goal, swept to the back of the net. It's Paul.
But certainly one of the most impressive players from a Doon point of view tonight so far has been John Stokes at main forward. Everything that's happening good at the moment about Doon.
Oh, chance inside for
There's
Coughlin.
chance.
Breaks across for the number 15, top of the corner from Shane. Shortens his grip, but he's tracked all the way. There's an opportunity for a point. It's Josh Sheehan, the number 14, with that yellow hand, a little chop into the hands. Couldn't get away from a red jersey. Now that's picking it up is David O'Keefe, and he has a go from 40 metres. It hits the post. Goalkeeper just lost it in the lights maybe. It's flicked in. It's gone into the back of the net. Sideline to go and win one. Looks like they have over at that far side, and I think the shot's been taken on by Owen Brosnan as he brought it in, hands in it, but Tom Ryan, the full forward, knocks it back to Coughlin. Dara Coughlin on this occasion, he was wayward moments here, but cold winter sky as he has a goal
straight over the bar,
and he has nailed it. And the Piarsaigh, which is the way he likes it, has he brought it straight and true. He has indeed, and man, that's the number 13. That's Dennis Blackmore, and Blackmore has brought it in nicely. And now he gives us
movement. As I said, probably the most skillful piece of hurling tonight. And there's a great score.
Great reply, Owen Brosnan.
They're hurling and that little bit quicker of thinking at the moment. And certainly a 4 or 5 point. There's a great score.
Yeah, they worked it short from the free. It was Fitzsimons who wanted the short free. They've worked it all the way to set.
Beginning to make mistakes and, as I said, lazy frees as well. Yeah, here we go.
Worked on towards Dara Coughlin. Coughlin shortens the grip off the left hand side, and a good immediate response. Okay, you're very welcome back to McNeville Park, where the Piarsaigh have defeated Doon and are heading to another Premier Under 20 final. Well, at first I think Premier Under 20 final for the club. Delighted to say I'm joined by manager Evan Condon for after this one. Evan, bitterly cold evening here. You must be proud of how the lads dug in and got that victory.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm super proud with the boys. You know, we were asking all week. We were kind of didn't know. I asked them Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, Monday, like how bad did they want it, and you know they probably showed they wanted it in buckets and spades. You know, so. Look, great win, and I'm delighted for the boys.
Yeah, I suppose I did say on commentary that a club like the Piarsaigh has been in a lot of finals at senior, at all the grades really, and I know you've been on a lot of the under 21 successes, where you had 6 in a row, and was it 7 out of 8? But I suppose you still don't take these for granted, because while it is a short competition, it's a quick fire competition in a lot of ways, you still want to get there. You still want to see a new generation progressing and having their own history, their own success.
Yeah, 100%. And funny enough, James Finlay told me a couple of weeks ago, this is the first knockout match this group has played since 2014. Do you know, so whereas maybe my age group kind of took it, not for granted, but we were thereabouts every year, like this group haven't been. So to get to a final is a great achievement for them, but like we don't want to stop here. Do you know, we want to go on and win it.
Yeah, we'll come to the final in a second, but what impressed you about that performance there? I think it looked like there was going to be bucket loads of goals early on, but when it settled down, maybe you probably showed what you're like as a team, and the cohesion, the passing, and I suppose maybe you started to dominate in a lot of sectors.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought the work rate out of the lads was absolutely phenomenal. Jordan, that was probably the main thing that got us to win. You know, like you can do all the tipping and tapping you want, but really in days like tonight, it's down to the hard work and the graft. And John thought the boys worked extremely hard, and that's probably what got us over the line in the end. Really, John made us kind of comfortable towards the end. Yeah,
no, we don't know who you're playing yet. It's Mungret or Monaleen. It'll be a City derby in the final. This grade, I suppose, it's kind of shoehorned into the end of the year, and some people have no issue with that. Some people are kind of frustrated with it. But as a manager, how have you approached the last few weeks? Because I know you got a walkover even in the last game of the group. How has it been for you?
Like, we got a walkover the last day, and I suppose like you want to be playing the games anyway at the very least. You know, that's the main thing. But look, you take it the way it comes. You know, once the seniors finished, we got in with this group and we got in training. So we kind of approached it as if the trainings were just 3 days a week training and take the matches as they come. Look, unfortunately, we couldn't play the last group game, but that's it. You know, we were here on merit, so we were happy to take whatever way we got here.
Okay, before the lights go out and us here, we're going to sign off in McNeville Park. A reminder, tomorrow from the Gaelic grounds we will have Mungret St. Paul's and Monaleen in the second final, and we'll be back at the weekend to bring you the final of this Premier Under 21 Hurling Championship. Doing plenty more of that's going to be Maurice ball from the middle of the field. That's going to go close. It's going to go all the way, and it's going to go over the crossbar for...
Get it back to a 2-score game and keep Doon in the game, to be quite honest. And that one looks to have gone over the bar.
Yeah, indeed it has. And ever so likely as the ball is with David O'Keefe. And O'Keefe has brought that in beautifully. A testing angle. Shortened his... Richardson has to get this right. And indeed he has. Has a couple of goals to get it. Flicks it down the line nicely, and it's gathered by Mark Hogan. Hogan knocking in around the square. Goalkeeper's there, puts a stick to it. Has he gathered it? He hasn't. It's been flicked to the net. And surely now with David O'Keefe.
Here we go.
Goes for it. It's not the greatest strikes, and it's whipped to the net. The number 7 following up was Sean
Step into the future of driving in the all-electric, spacious Hyundai Ioniq 9. The future is today. The future is Hyundai.